Hey travelers! Today, we're diving deep into the beta version of Mavuika, Natlan's Pyro Archon. From her sub-DPS capabilities to her unique mobility mechanics, there's a lot to unpack. Let's break it all down and see if she lives up to the hype. Sub-DPS Potential. Mavuika's Pyro application is top-notch. Her elemental skill ensures consistent Pyro application for most teams, but it's worth noting that her application is real-time and not a snapshot. This can occasionally lead to DPS loss depending on team setups. However, her support potential feels underwhelming without external buffs or pre-applied reactions. While she can deliver decent sub-DPS under optimal conditions, this barely scratches the surface of her full potential. If you're looking for a support, you're better off with Xiangling or Bennett. Main DPS powerhouse. As a main DPS, Mavuika is an absolute beast. She cleared Spiral Abyss's Mountain King in one cycle using a strong setup and managed 2 cycles with a 4-star team, Xingqiu, Bennett, Sucrose. Even at C0, with enough buffs, her damage rivals that of C2 Mualani's Vaporize hits. Her elemental burst shines the brightest, with unbuffed damage starting at 150k and reaching up to 1 million with full team buffs. However, her performance drops without a Natlan character after the first burst cycle, making a Natlan teammate almost essential. Her charged attacks also outperform normal attacks significantly, making them the go-to option for sustained DPS. Bonus points. Her burst doesn't require energy, allowing her to bypass energy drain mechanics seamlessly. Mobility mechanics. Mavuika's mobility has its highs and lows. On land, her bike movement feels comparable to Xianglin's dash, but advanced mobility relies on a separate fuel gauge. Once depleted, she'll fall or drown, which can be frustrating. Her mobility is also inferior to Mualani in water, Chaska in air, and Xiangling on cliffs. Even at C6, where mobility improves, it's questionable whether it's worth rolling for just better traversal. Her bike mode has an interesting racing game vibe and allows interaction with spiritways, but she can't use mechanics like phlogiston wind tunnels or molten fissures. Even stepping on liquid phlogiston causes damage. While visually impressive, her mobility feels underwhelming for an Archon. Constellation overview. C1 increases Night Soul gauge capacity, allowing for extended bike travel, adds flexibility but still relies on Natlan teammates for optimal performance. C2 adds defense reduction to her elemental skill but only off-field. Boosts charged attack damage slightly, but overall utility feels limited. C6 enhances Night Soul gauge and mobility distance, improving travel across various terrains. Burst damage can reach 1.8 million with full team buffs, but the mobility-focused improvements make this constellation feel like poor value. Final thoughts. Mavuika is a groundbreaking main DPS, delivering some of the highest damage numbers in the game. However, her mobility mechanics and sub-DPS potential leave much to be desired. If you're looking for an overpowered Pyro main DPS, Mavuika is your best pick. But for sub-DPS or mobility, there are better options out there. Pyro Traveler, while an easy C6, is no match for the might of Mavuika's overwhelming DPS. So, unless you're rolling for pure power, think twice before aiming for those higher constellations. That's it for today's review, travelers. Let us know in the comments what you think about Mavuika. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more updates. See you next time.